Hey guys, it's Ben here from the Strength Factory and welcome to Factory Knowledge. So today I'm going to go through a few different topics. I'm going to talk about activity tracking, I'm going to talk about women and worrying about getting bulky in the gym, and then we're going to tag on a little exercise at the end. But first of all, just a quick one. Talk to me guys, okay? I've been doing these quite a while now. I think this is episode number 12, and I'm always saying I want to give you the information and the content that you want. Okay, so let's hit me up with some suggestions for what you want to hear about or see in these videos. Okay, so if you are doing a mountain bike race, or you're going to climb a mountain, or you're going skiing, or you want to know a good single leg exercise for X or Y, then drop me a DM in Instagram or put something in the comments under this on Facebook or YouTube, okay, and I'll do my best to look after you. Okay, I really want this to be a two-way thing, not just me thinking stuff up once a week, okay, but hopefully you seem to be enjoying it anyway. So first things first, a while ago I got sent this Sunto Spartan watch. It's actually on test because I do product testing for Wide Open Mag, so bikes and bikey type stuff, and I got sent this. It's an activity watch, so it does GPS and all that, and one of the things that it's got on it is a step counter. And at first I was really dismissive because I'd never had one before, and you know, I'm like fit and strong, I don't need a step counter, they're just for, you know, overweight middle-aged women and stuff like that, and it's a load of nonsense. But actually I've completely changed my mind, and I think a step counter is a really useful little bit of technology that you can wear unobtrusively. Doesn't take any work to monitor, you don't need an app or anything, and it's very useful, and I'll tell you why. So a lot of you, whilst you may be fit, whilst you might ride a couple of times a week or train a couple of times a week or do whatever you do, a lot of the rest of the time, a lot of the people watching this are going to be sedentary, okay, which means you're sitting at a desk for too long, you're sitting behind your wheel of your car or van for too long, things like that. And a big part of improving your performance for members of the general public is improving your health. Improving your health comes from nutrition, sleep, hydration, and actually not being sedentary, okay? So you might go real hard in your training sessions a couple of times a week, you might go real hard on a big ride or trail run on a Sunday morning, but if the rest of the week you're sitting and driving all the time, then actually you're still sedentary, and that's still going to have negative effects on your health, okay? Now, this is where the step counter comes in. You know, people talk about 10,000 steps a day, and you know what? I think that is quite a good target for most people to aim for. And so, you know, Monday to Friday, around work and family and all the other things you've got going on, I think that going for 10,000 steps a day is a really positive thing to aim for. And just having the step counter gives you a real awareness of the fact that, oh shit, it's tea time and I've only done 3,000 steps. You know, that's nothing. You know, that's very little activity in a day, and that's going to mean you're burning less calories, so you're going to be more prone to, you know, putting on fat. It's going to mean that you're just going to be stiff. You know, if you're not moving, then your body stiffens up, your posture, your hips and all of that. We're supposed to be moving as humans, okay? And it's just been shown again that you know, people talk about it in a very extreme manner, where sitting is the new smoking, and I don't really like that analogy, but there's kind of some truth to it. You know, we're realizing that people are doing less because all this technology makes our lives too easy and no one does anything, everyone's sitting on their asses, okay? And actually 10,000 steps a day is a really good target for health, and health leads to performance, okay, no matter what sport it is that you are aiming to do. So it's really simple, you know, try and rack up a few thousand steps before mid-morning. If that means parking further away from work, or getting off the bus early, or parking at the far corner of the Sainsbury's supermarket, so you have to walk right across the supermarket instead of parking the closest spot. If it means taking the stairs instead of the lift, all of those things add up to improved health and improved performance, okay? 10,000 steps a day. It's not just for overweight middle-aged women, it's for you as well. Okay, speaking of women, Something that continues to do my head in is women who are worried about getting bulky and putting on too much muscle in the gym. Okay, now this is largely fueled by the nonsense in mainstream media and in women's like glossy magazines and all that shit that says, oh, just use light weights and, you know, get the 2 kilo dumbbell, and all this stuff. Well, if you want to be healthy and if you want to perform well, then you need to get stronger. Okay, especially for women, actually, if you want to avoid osteoporosis and things like that as you get a little bit older, then some resistance training and strength work is really valuable. And in my experience, getting stronger is the one thing that makes the biggest difference to women's performance in mountain biking in particular, but in other sports as well. Because most women who come to see me, they might be fit, they might be skillful, but most of them are not very strong. We get them strong and their performance goes through the roof. Now, to get them strong, I'm going to ask them to lift up some pretty heavy things, okay? Whether it's a deadlift, a squat, whatever. And the same thing always comes up, and you get it online as well. Oh, if I lift heavy things, I'm going to get bulky. I don't want to get all big and muscly. You're not going to get big and muscly, okay? You don't have the hormones to get big and muscly unless you are a genetic outlier, or unless we really specifically train to get you as big and muscly as possible, okay? Those images of CrossFitters and bodybuilders, that isn't you, okay? And I'd ask you this, okay? Go in your local gym, or I can go in my gym here, and there are men in their 20s who should have good testosterone levels, which is what you need really to build a lot of muscle, and they're in here 2, 3, 4 times a week. You see them in the changing room, and they're not even muscly, okay? They're training hard, they're trying to build muscle, but most of them still aren't even very muscly or strong or bulky, okay? So as a woman with a fraction of the testosterone and with a lot less potential to build a lot of muscle mass, you don't need to worry, okay, about that. Yes, then you might get a bit of extra muscle tone, especially if you get a bit leaner, but I think for most people that is a good thing, okay, and that's a positive thing. And in 2019, where we are now, I think people are a lot more open to women being athletic and strong and things like that as well, compared to how we were a few years ago. So if you want to perform better, you're going to have to lift some heavy weights. You're going to have to do resistance training like press-ups and pull-ups and things like that, okay, which is going to be positive for your health, positive for your performance, no matter what sport you're doing, okay? And don't worry about getting bulky. It's just not going to happen unless you really want it to, or unless you're a genetic outlier, which chances are, if you are one of those, then you probably already know, and you've probably already got more muscle than most women anyway. So 2 quick rants, basically. Count your steps. 10,000 a day is a great place to start. If you haven't got them by tea time, then have your dinner and go out and bang out your remaining steps, okay? It's just a small little lifestyle change. Prioritize it, okay? And you will reap the benefits in your health and ultimately in your performance. And number 2, okay, for the women out there, stop worrying about getting bulky. Stop reading those ridiculous glossy women's magazines, okay, that tell you need to do light, high reps nonsense, okay? You don't need to do that. You need to get stronger, and that will boost your performance, and you're not going to get bulky. So I'm going to tag on an exercise on the end of this video today, but remember, if you like what I'm doing, then tell me, okay? Hit subscribe, hit share, tell me what you want to hear about, and I'll see you next week for more factory knowledge. Thanks very much. Hey guys, it's Ben here from the Strength Factory, and I'm going to go through a simple band exercise with you today. This is called the band pull apart. Now this is one of my staple exercises that I get people doing because loads of people I work with spend too long driving, too long typing and sat at desks, and like a lot of people these days, you end up in quite a rounded posture. That is why exercises like the band pull apart are great, because they're all about opening you up, okay, and improving that posture, improving your movement, improving your shoulders, and also letting you breathe better when you're doing your sport. So I'm using a red band here, which is generally the lightest band. So I like to do it like this. So you grab both parts of it, palms up, arms straight, So, a couple of things to note there. I've got a really tall upright posture, shoulders down and back. By putting the palms up, it puts my shoulders into what's called external rotation. And most of you don't spend much time in external rotation, which is why we're going to do it. And then I open up, splitting the band so it comes across kind of nipple height basically. Okay, if that feels too easy, then all you do is go a little narrower on the band to get more resistance. And similarly, if it's too hard, then you'd go further out. I would suggest that you start with it pretty easy and really get it dialed in, rather than just trying to meathead it and just like hucking it around in the middle of the band. This sort of exercise is best done for higher reps, 12, 15, maybe even up to 20. It's great as part of a warm-up or as part of a general recovery and mobility program to improve your posture. Thanks very much.